Hey guys, homework for tonight. Um, and I'm just going to slap this up here really quick so you know these are the problems you're supposed to have done on 9-1, 6, 7, 9, 11, and 13. On 9-2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 15, 17, 19. And 9-4, you need to do the odds. Now, I'm not sure, we spent a lot of time going over each of these in class, but I'm going to kind of review what each paper is about. So this may be broken up into one video for each page, so feel free to come back if you get stuck in one. Now remember translations, that's what this 9-1 is about. And if you think about translation as meaning it's going to slide around, that's what translation is. So there's a key word here, isometry, that we talked about. Notice you didn't have to do any of these because there's really not much to be done. We have a pre-image. That means that's the picture they've drawn, and the image is what they want you to do with it. So a lot of times we'll note this, that this would be point C, and the image that you would draw would be C with a little 1. That's not an exponent, it's just to show that that's the picture of, or what we drew. So you want to be careful to pay attention to that because the pre-image is what they're going to give you and the image is often what we call the answer. Now this word isometry means, are the two shapes the same size? When I look at this, yes, these two look like they're about the same size. Here, yeah, it looks like they're about the same size. Here, they want to know what goes together or what sides. So P is going to go with P, Q is going to go with Q, and R is going to go with R. RP is going to match up with RP. So it's just thinking about how do the images go together. Note that the image here that has a little 1, and it's easier to see on your paper that you have. But do you see this is obviously the image because it's got the little notations, and this is the pre-image because it doesn't have that. So now we're actually going to get into the meat of the homework. I think I did a better job of explaining this during 5th period than I did 3rd. So I kind of want to walk you through that again. The first thing we did is we identified what are all the points. So point M here, what are the coordinates of that point? Well, it's a -4, +1. And so we're going to fill all that in. And A, it's a -3, +3. And T is a -2, +3. And H is a -1, +1. So there you can see we have all of our ordered pairs. But what they want us to do is they want us to kind of figure out how to plot this, and they give me some directions. I'm going to go right 3 units and down 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, I've gone right 3, and now I'm going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where this H with the 1 is going to be my image. And you could do the same thing here with M. I'm going to go right 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that is my M. Not sub 1, up 1. Okay? You could do that for each of them, but as we do, you'll see right 3 and down 4. And that's A. And then this is going to go right 3 and down 4, and there is T. And then I can draw my shape, and you can see that's a translated image. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense to you. But what we then could do is I could rewrite this into rules, which is what they're giving you down here. Well, if I say right 3, am I going a positive x or a negative x? Because left and right, this is my x value. Up and down is my y value. So if I'm going to the right 3 units, I'm going to add 3 on my x. If I'm going down 4 units, I'm going to subtract 4 units from my y. And this would be the rule. Now, I put this in 2, but really we're making the rules here for each one of these. And you can see down here, we have one. So what this is telling me is my x value is going to go, a negative x means we're going to go to the left. I'm going to go left 2. So from each of these points, we go left 2. And then we would go up 3. Because a positive y is up, a negative y is down. So then I would go left 2 and up 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's my point B. And then I would do the same thing here with C. I go up, we could go left 2 and up 3. So there is C. And for A, we would go left 2 and up 3. And so that would be A. And then we have our shape. That's called translating. So you need to do 7 here on your own. And then let's jump over here on the back. And on the back, they're asking what's the rule. So when I look here at this example, I'm looking and I want to go from the pre-image to the image. It's very important that you realize that. So how is point A, B, or C? You can pick any of them you want. It should be the same rule for all. So what do I do, left or right? Is C going to be left or right from my pre-image? Well, I'm going to have to go how many to the right? 1, 2. Is that going to line me up there? Yes. So this is going to be a plus 2. This is x plus 2 when I go from here to there. And now I'm going down. So this is going to be a negative y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I would suggest is check a couple of those and make sure it's the same rule. Is this going to be plus 2 and down 5? Yes. And so I would make sure that that's what it works out to be. So you would write that my rule would be x plus 2, y minus 5. That's the rule. Okay? So that's all you're doing here on 9 and 10. 11, maybe want to add 10 there, but on 11, you're going to need a piece of graph paper. And I grabbed some. And you can find this at CVS, or you can even make your own if you want, if that makes you feel better. So I'm going to fold my paper here so that I can have these directions right here on this page. I think I might zoom out a little bit. Okay. So here are my directions. You and your friends are visiting a city with blocks laid out on a grid. So you're going to be standing in this city. And I'm going to call this my start place. Okay? And we are going to go 7 blocks north. Now, if you think about your origin, we have north, south, east, and west. Might help you to kind of put your little compass rose down here so you can kind of keep that straight. We're going to go 7 blocks north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and then I'm going to go 3 blocks west. 2, 3. And this is the restaurant. Okay? After you eat, you walk 10 blocks east. So let's walk 10 blocks east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 3 blocks south. 1, 2, 3. And this is where we meet our friend. See, we meet up with a friend. So they want to know, describe this location. Well, that location is how many blocks east of our start point and how many blocks north. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 blocks east and 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks north of our start point. And that's what they want to know. If I wanted this, say this is my origin, 0, 0, what would that be then? My x value is 7 and my y value is 4. If this is the origin. If it's not the origin, this will suffice. Okay? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. And then here on 13, they want me to use this graph to describe where it has a vertex on the origin. Well, you have to decide which vertex do we want to put on the origin. Well, I think R would be the simplest. So if I'm going to get R to the origin, what do I have to do to my X value? I have to go 1, 2, 3 to the left. So that means I'm going to be subtracting. And then Y, my Y value, I've got to go down 2. And that would be the rule that would describe how to move this so that R is now on the origin. And that's okay, we can do that. Hopefully that helps you think about that. We go left, 1, 2, 3, and down, 1, 2. And hopefully that makes sense where these came from. Okay, so that's it for 9-1. I'm going to do another video when we get to 9-2.